Okay, this is gonna be great.
This is Nerd Dojo, where we talk about video games, computers, and the future of technology. Robots with crazy magic cards, and Doctor Who, and other things that are wicked cool.
Alright, welcome to Nerd Dojo. This is Jonathan Lombard, and this is our first episode of Hearthstone Humpday. I'm going to be taking you through my list for Hunter Rush. I'll go back and show you the list. Pretty much the objective to this is to burst down your opponent. You use a lot of haste creatures, or charge in this game, sorry. Copyright infringement. You have your burn spells, you have arcane shot, you have kill command, you have explosive trap as like an AoE to get rid of creatures. Also deals 2 damage to them, which is really good. You have your creatures, you have abusive sergeant, who is fantastic in this deck. Since you play Bluegill Warrior, you play Wolf Rider. I play 1 Arcane Golem, and Leroy Jenkins, you know, all good charge creatures. Unleash the Hounds. And this is just like an extra 2 damage plus board position. I think it's a fantastic card. It's 1 drop, you know what I mean? You can play turn 1 if you have nothing else. And, you know, it still gets in for 2. Leper Gnome, standard in most aggro decks right now. Bluegill Warrior, 2-1 charge. I'm playing 2 Ironbeak Owls right now because there has been a lot of taunt creatures. Pretty much I auto-lose to Druid, you know, unless I drop my silences. Warlock is playing a lot of heavy taunt creatures, like the Draxus build or whatever. So it just like helps my matchups there a lot. Usually by the time they play like a big taunt creature, they'll be at like a low enough life anyway where I can just silence, get in the extra damage, and finish off the kill. Starving Buzzard combos with Unleash the Hounds, lets me fill up my hand. You know, Ironbeak Eagle is a beast, so that's always like a plus. Animal Companion I play. Animal Companion is a questionable card right now. But I feel like it gives me the sustain I need if I don't hit my 4-2 charge. The 2-4 that gives everything +1, +0 is like subpar. If you don't have board positions, kind of just like a 2-4. But you know, then again, if you play that and then into an Unleash the Hounds, you can potentially have a bunch of 2-1s with charge instead of 1-1s. Or you know, if you have board position and you're just overextending, you know, whether they have like not a lot of cards in hand or like you have almost lethal, you know, it's the extra damage. The 4-4 taunt guy is also decent. A lot of your guys have 1 toughness, so it'll provide some protection for your board presence while, you know, keeping a threat on board. It's still a 4-4. If you do get a turn to attack with it, you know, it's usually good. I had 2 Arcane Golems in here. Giving my opponent that Mana Crystal has been like a really big difficulty that, you know, I'm trying to avoid, especially with my bad matchups already. You know, who wants to give an extra Mana Crystal to Druid? Like, they'll just destroy you. Actually, I'm probably going to cut that right now anyway. I played 2 Wolf Riders, 3-1 charge for 3. Just 3 damage, you know. And, of course, Leroy Jenkins. I'm going to play that Flare. Flare's good right now. It beats the Mirror, you know. Getting rid of an explosive trap is just, like, insanely clutch. Mage isn't that big anymore because of the nerf to Pyroblast. I haven't seen it a lot. So, I'm not sure if it's good, like, Ice Block, you know. But it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt against Paladin if they're playing Noble Sacrifice. So, I mean, the stealth creatures, I mean, Miracle Rogue, I guess, is like a stealth creature deck. You know, like concealing a Van Cleef or like a giant questing adventure is pretty good. And then, you know, I play Tracking and Unleash the Hounds for obvious reasons. Misdirection has been fantastic. You play it when they have one creature on board. If they decide to attack into you with that one creature on board, it goes straight to their face, you know? Sometimes it's a fucking 7/7 and just win through the game. Sometimes it's a 3/3 that lets me live an extra turn, you know? But it's very easily played around. But I mean, it still triggers Eaglehorn Bow, saves me damage. Like if I don't have a creature on board and they swing into another one of their creatures and I get a 2-for-1 off of it, it's not bad. It's, you know, pretty good value card. All right, so let's get into our first game. All right, so we got the Paladin matchup. I get to play. Probably gonna pitch my Flare. I don't know if he's playing Noble Sacrifice or not, but it's not worth it right now. Get rid of Explosive Trap. I need a threat, so I'll keep my Tracking. And these aren't very good cards. Alright, let's see what I can draw. Tracking is probably the best card I've ever printed. Giving me three cards to look at. Alright, so this is tough because I haven't Unleashed the Hounds in my hand and Starving Buzzard, but I don't have any threats right now, and I also have Iron Beak Owl. So I could draw a bunch of cards. I think I'm gonna try and draw a bunch of cards. I want to see what he's playing first before I just rush creatures out there. He could be playing Life Gain. He could be playing, you know, stupid equality combos. Not that equality matters, because all my dudes have fucking 1 toughness anyway. Alright, yeah, you know, he's playing the aggro deck. So I dodged a pretty good bullet there. I'm just going to use my passive here because there's no point in rushing out a Buzzard so he can walk his Archer into it. You know, I'll wait for him to play a couple creatures, I'll have 4 mana, and I'll just draw 3 cards. And I'm fine with that. I still have 2 Explosive Traps in my deck too, so... Alright, so Wolf's kind of a tough card. My play here is to just take the damage. I have an Abusive Surgeon in my hand, so if he doesn't run into my Leper Gnome here, I'll be in good shape. Alright, that's just ridiculous. Who plays that card? Alright, so good news is... Good news is... I'm just going to silence him. Draw an extra turn. That way I can play an Abusive Sergeant with my Unleash the Hounds. Depending on what he plays for a threat here. Plus the potential to play more cards and then draw more cards, so it's not like I'm wasting anything. Alright, Yeti's a good staple right now. So the plan now is to just race him. Yeah, that's a good one. I'll draw 3 cards. That's fine. So I'm just praying that he doesn't have a Consecrate. But if he does, I have juice in my hand still. I'm not worried. Like, he does have 8 damage on board, but I have a bow plus explosive trap, which is good for 8 damage. I have an animal companion. So if he doesn't have Consecrate, he has to trade with my guys. Or not trade with my guys, but, you know, not attack me to the face. And this deck is pretty okay with just getting one attack phase off of the creature. Because right now I have, what, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... 10 damage in my hand right now. Alright. So, Blessing of Kings is kind of annoying. But I do have a silence. Alright. Ow. Ow. So he's probably just gonna run into my face. I don't see why he attack my buzzard and then bring his wolf into me. Because if he just trades here then and I silence this, then I'm so far ahead. Silence that. Kill command into an abusive sergeant. So even though I'm at 8 right now, and he has 6 mana, this is a pretty good board spot for me. As long as he doesn't play a defender. Because I'm out of owls. I have an animal companion. Maybe I can get lucky. This is where I was talking about with animal companion. If I do hit the 2/4, it's pretty good shape. You know what I mean? I get in for an extra 5 damage. I have 2 animal companions, so it's... I have 2 out of 3 chances. Oh no, what is this? Alright. Alright. Not a Holy Wrath. This direction is cool. I think I go for the creature here. 4/4 taunt. Not bad. I misplayed that. Potentially could have killed him if I just played my second animal companion. I really hope I lose because of that, because I deserve that. First step to fixing any problems is admitting you have it. Yeah, for 2 mana, I don't really think he has anything that can kill me. Who plays, like, Smite, or whatever the Paladin one is. Actually, this guy's playing the Iron Ranger, so... He should've just shot me with those things, he could've won that game. Yeah, the grind back up to Legendary is tough, but... Alright. So Mage is fun, since all my creatures have 1 toughness. Pretty much what I'm gonna try and do is just exhaust their resources. You know, I can't really switch my deck, so I'm just gonna run 2/1s out there until he just uses his passive a bunch. So this forces him to not have a board presence, or trade board presence for damage. So if he plays a 2-drop and I get another attack phase, that's fine for me. This is card advantage for him, but that's pretty much just what that guy does, you know. Whether I'm playing Druid, Mage, Rogue, you know. much about their passive abilities with this deck. Alright. So I assume that's an ice block. Because it didn't copy a creature, it didn't trigger the 8 armor. This is tough because he doesn't have a creature on the board. Counterspell. I'm okay with that. I'd rather that than unleash the hounds. This is a good situation for me. Because I can play Misdirection. Yeah, Hunter passive is just... You want to utilize this as much as possible because it's just a free 2 damage. So instead of playing a guy where you get a free 2 damage, you know, out of here, you can just save a card and get it from that. So over 2 turns, I will be able to deal with his board. It's a nice legendary though. I mean, that works too, I guess. Not upset. Alright, so 2, 4, 6, 11. I could save that, there's no point in wasting it right now. Except 2, 4, 7, yeah. I'll hold on to it just in case he has tricks. Because no matter what, I have lethal next turn. Yeah, I'm not worried. So, pretty much just made him deal with my threats with his passive instead of using his own. So I can just maximize my damage. And there's a clean win. Alright, so druids. Druids are tricky because they always have taunt creatures. And I never have taunt creatures. Except for my animal companion. Which is getting shipped back because I just want to deal damage. Alright. Just calculating some math. The good thing about playing against druids and rogues is that their passive makes them attack my creatures, so it's like I get additional damage. I mean, not additional damage since you know they attack it, but other than mage or paladin if they're on the play. So yeah, this is good shape for me. I'm just gonna play some charge, guys. He has a 4-2 stealth. That's fine. Tracking first, John, because you're not bad. Let's see what I can find. This is good. Flare's also good because I can just play it whenever and just draw a card. Alright, let's see what I can find with my new tracking. I'm gonna grab Kill Command here. I'm gonna flare and just draw a card while I can. I need to keep threats on board. I have 2 owls in my hand, so as long as I can just get in for damage, his defenders won't really do anything. Yeah, see, this is like a great situation for me because I just got pretty much a 2. He's gonna attack me. No, he's not gonna attack me. I don't know. This is a little late team player for you. So he's at 13. I have 2, 3, 6, 8, 13 damage, 15 damage. Oh, well, he just gained 16. So I guess that's a good play. So it's an uphill battle again. See if he actually attacks me this time. So can't really afford to still not in that bad a shape. I got to keep my owl for another taunt guy in case he plays a big dude. I have a 4/4. I don't know why I didn't pass it there. I'm gonna get in for that 3 damage while I can. So I have lethal next turn. Pretty much no matter what. Between let's place another claw or something. that is the game. Because Leroy Jenkins does 6 damage for 4 mana. There we go.
Leroy Jenkins.
Alright, so tune in next week for my grind back to legendary. Feel free to like and subscribe to our channel. Check out the webpage. It's under construction right now. nerd-dojo.com. Yeah, we just got an Instagram too. Look us up on there. And tune in next week. Take it easy.